My name is Whitney. I am the CFO, or Chief Farnsworth Organizer. We're the Farnsworths. We are a family of 6, and we are driving down a dream. My husband's current employment allows him to be location independent, and so we have chosen to seize an opportunity to travel full-time and witness the beauty of the United States together as a family. I have been meaning to put together a home tour video for quite some time. I know that we benefited from online and YouTube resources before we launched, and so the purpose of this video really is twofold. One, for maybe family and friends who can't fathom how we exist in 357 square feet. This is a peek inside to let you know that we're comfortable, we have most of the amenities of normal life, and we're kind of partial to our house on wheels. Second, for those contemplating or in the dreaming stage of full-time living, or maybe you're already full-time in an RV, this is just to show you how we make the space work. So we invite you to come on in. We own a Coachman Chaparral fifth wheel bunkhouse, and just like with any living space, there's things that we like and things that we dislike. We feel like we made a pretty good decision considering how quickly the time frame for our launch got put in motion, and also considering our family size. One thing you'll notice as you walk into our home, first thing is that we have opposing slides for the common living area, meaning the living room, the kitchen, and the dining. And we find for our family that the rooms really do end up being for sleeping, and so we like the feel of the extra space with those opposing slides. You'll also notice there's several stages of development or modification with our RV and some of the things that we've done to it over time. Like I said, we've been on the road for almost a year. If there was one thing that we would want to change, it's the way the TV viewing is. And so for those people that are sitting on the couch, they would have to crane their neck to the far left to see the TV. So we did try swapping the dinette and the couch at one time, and ultimately decided to go ahead and switch it back to its original state, and then we upgraded with furniture that we'll see later. From our front door, this is your view to the right, and up a couple of steps, the bathroom is on the left. The door is currently closed to the master bedroom. As you look to the left, this is the common living area, primarily the kitchen. Several months ago, we replaced the plastic drawers and bins with cupboards that we got at Lowe's. It looks better, it's cleaner, and it helps us utilize the vertical space. There's white baskets that have dishcloths, dish towels, and also all of our vitamins and supplements. We've got schoolwork and file folders on the counter or bar, and we also have those really cool storage bins from Ikea attached to the wall. This is a better view of those cupboards. And you also see that the Instant Pot has made permanent residency in our kitchen. We utilize it several times a week. So just recently, we replaced our fruit basket with a fruit stand we found at Costco. And because we utilize the Instant Pot so much, we leave it on the counter permanently. When you walk into our house, you'll also see that the ceilings are fairly high, which kind of adds to a feeling of spaciousness, if that's possible in this small of a space. Also, there's a residential fan that kind of gives it a more residential feel. And this is the opposing slide that has the refrigerator and our stove. And one of the greatest selling points for this RV for us was that pantry to the right, and we utilize it to its max capacity. Any amount of counter space is desirable, and so we do appreciate the layout of the kitchen for that aspect, especially when you like to cook like I do with preparing meals, chopping vegetables. And speaking of cooking, we really do utilize this little oven. A lot of RVers replace the oven with convections, and we've been able to get by with this propane oven just fine. Even for Thanksgiving, we had an amazing meal, and I think generally we eat pretty well, so we've been able to adapt. This is a spice rack to utilize behind the stove top, and we love Ikea. This is a chore chart that we primarily use on travel days to help the kids keep on track with how they can pitch in. And this is that beautiful pantry. I mean, feeding kids is a full-time job, so we use shelf dividers to help utilize the space. That top drawer had a ton of vertical space, so I took a large Rubbermaid container, and then I turned all of those Ziploc and foil and saran wrap on their sides to help utilize the vertical space. You'll also notice the water kettle to the right. Before we had the Instant Pot, you know, it uses a lot of propane to heat water for boiling, and so that is an instant boil water kettle that we use to get water going for pasta. Moving on with other kitchen features, this is a pull-out garbage can. We also do not have a dishwasher or garbage disposal, so this sink gets a ton of use. But surprisingly, it's been something we've adapted really well to. In fact, the older kids have said that when we go back to a sticks and bricks house, they're okay with not having a dishwasher, which I think is really impressive. The marble slabs cover the sink for additional counter space for food prep, or if we've had a Costco run and need a larger landing area to get things organized and put away. It's great. This is our entertainment center that has a ton of storage. We have kitchen appliances stored underneath the TV for quick access in the kitchen. There's a little coat closet. We have primarily followed great weather and haven't really needed jackets. We can hang them in the hallway, but normally the kids use the hooks for their towels. One of the mantras for our trip was to collect moments, not things. And so when we launched, we had Brenna and Cash take any toys that they wanted to bring, and they had to fit inside this ottoman. And we just believe that less means more, that we are minimizing many things in our life, but really are having a much bigger life experience as such. While RV furniture can be uncomfortable, it generally has some nice storage features, and so I'll explain how we redistributed this when we ripped out the original RV furniture and upgraded. So there was storage originally under the dinette and under the couches, and we had to find a new home for those things when we decided to upgrade. Speaking of upgrading, we did recover the valances with a cute fabric that went with the decorative motif of our house. Above the couch there are storage bins, and we use this for our medications, for the humidifier, the essential oils, and it also serves as storage for additional bathroom supplies. We felt like our couch was so uncomfortable, and the dinette just really was not optimal for family TV watching, and so we ripped out the original furniture, and what you see here is provided by Killer Deals from Ikea. We still have a table space for Cash and Brenna for mealtime and schoolwork. We also can easily pull that table away, and we've used it for playing games, but we have additional seating. We also have trays stored behind the couch that we can also utilize for mealtime and schoolwork. There's a little bit of storage underneath the couch for electronics and for musical instruments and various school supplies. So it felt like a really welcome change for us. A lot of people prefer that dinette space, but we found that it works well for our family dynamics. We furthered our modification by adding some paint that matched our fabric and adding the accents with the pillows. We put the pictures up above the slide, and finally, when this modification happened, it just felt even more homey, which we love. Oh, and I can't forget to mention the Legos. They have a nice place in a bin underneath that recliner. Those are very important. This over-the-door shoe organizer we utilize for additional crafting, schooling, and office supplies. It now hangs on the inside of the kids' bedroom. And before we replaced the cabinets, we had this plastic drawer system that held all of our files on that bottom drawer, all of our documents and bills. And when we replaced the plastic drawers with the cabinets from Lowe's, we no longer had the hanging file system. And so what you see here is our little portable files that we keep organized in there for all of our taxes and, like I said, bills and vaccination and school documents. And we have been able to minimize everything into this, and it's stored under Jonas's bed. Our whiteboard and calendar are essential for school, and my kids work really well with lists. I have no idea where they got that. We love command strips, and the RV utilize these for many different things. Our towels, our keys. We have this saying above our door as we're leaving: live with intention, be bold in the face of adversity, live the life you were destined for. I just know you're going to find this interesting, and maybe those that have experienced tiny living, they'll only understand. Originally, there was a door to the bathroom, but we removed it and installed this curtain. Let me explain. One, it's not like the RV quality of the door provided soundproof engineering for private time. We usually have multiple fans, the AC, and in the south, the dehumidifier, the TV, etc. running. So noise isn't an embarrassing issue. And we're a family living small. We're close, the end. Second of all, coming from the master bedroom, you had to walk down the hall and down the steps, open the door, and then enter the bathroom. It felt cumbersome, especially when you're needing to use the restroom in the middle of the night. I'm not exactly that sure-footed getting up in the night to use the restroom, and so it felt safe. It works for us. Not very many people get it, but that's what we did. Moving on with the tour of the bathroom. This is the view inside, and we did remove the 3-pane glass shower doors and replaced them with this shower curtain. It does help us feel like there's a little bit more space in there, and frankly, it's a lot easier to clean. This is the view from sitting down on the toilet. This is the sink in the medicine cabinet, and I did cut apart a over-the-door shoe organizer for some additional storage on the side. And again, we love our command hooks in the RV. This is a view inside the medicine cabinet for our bathroom storage, and this is what the storage looks like underneath the sink. This is the view of the toilet. If you've never used an RV toilet, it's different. It doesn't flush like normal. There is a lever that you push down with your foot that's attached to the base on the side. We have some storage for hair bands and bobby pins and chapsticks above the toilet. And it also has this really awkward storage space, very thin and very long. And so we buy our toilet paper in bulk from Amazon, and man, we just pack that awkwardly sized cabinet and use it for storage. It also has all of our washcloths and hand towels. This is what the shower space might look like on a travel day. We've got a separate set of shelves that store our shower caddies. We've got the laundry baskets, and traditionally the set of shelves is at the end of the island in the kitchen, and the laundry baskets are in the kids' rooms. But for the sake of keeping things contained and to be able to properly pull in the slides, we'll utilize the shower area for storage when we travel. We each have a personal shower caddy for us to be able to get ready for the day, but they're also very convenient to grab if we choose to use one of the bath or shower houses that may be offered at the RV parks or state parks that we stay at. And of course, you need to have a sewer connection to be able to utilize the shower. You are also mindful of like your gray tank capacity or the water heater capacity. And we're a family of 6. And so if there's ever a time where we're needing to shower and get ready and be someplace at the same time, it requires a lot of teamwork and coordination. And so if a shower house is safe and it meets our cleanliness requirements, then we do utilize that as a resource, and it makes everyone a lot happier. This is a view from the master bedroom looking down the hallway to the front door. We've got the command hooks, like I've mentioned, for our towels or jackets. We have additional command hooks in the bathroom, in the shower space for swim towels when we're needing those to get dry. This is a view into the master bedroom. Jeff and I both have one side of the closet for our hanging clothes, and the middle portion is plumbed for a washer-dryer combo unit. Unfortunately, we do not have that luxury. We get to use the laundromat, so we just use it for additional storage. This is my side of the closet, and again, we have very minimal clothing and we do just fine. I found a really neat jewelry organizer at Target, which keeps everything really contained and out of the way. And this is our bed, and we're so lucky to have a king-size bed. I found the really fun repositional wallpaper at Target that I have used here in the master bedroom and in the kitchen, and I wish I could say that it was a character exercise and a way for me to show my zen and my patience, but it's a little bit tricky to work with in getting lines matched up, and I don't think I've ever cursed so much in my life. This is the master bedroom dresser, and when we have our bedroom slide in for travel, the edge of our bed is actually touching the dresser drawers. The 3-drawer organizer is for my makeup, and we normally have a dehumidifier on the right and a tower fan on the left. If you are in the south or in humidity, the dehumidifier is a lifesaver. This is a view into the kids' room or the bunkhouse, and believe it or not, all 4 of them sleep comfortably in this tiny little room. We've got fun vinyl of the United States with gold stars that shows our stops along the way. And if you've seen our YouTube Driving Down a Dream theme song, it was filmed in this room. This has always been Bailey's bed, but you'll see in the next slide we've got fun vinyl that we've added, and you'll also see a toddler mattress that we purchased at Ikea, and this is actually Cash's bed that we put on the floor for him to use with blankets. Initially, when we started out, we had Brenna in the bunk, and then this RV couch folds out to a full-size bed, and that's where the boys slept. But Jonas has grown a lot, and it just was really uncomfortable. So thankfully, we were able to remove the RV couch, and it's just the right space for a twin, a traditional twin, and we purchased a frame from Walmart that allows for 14-inch clearance underneath his bed for storage. So we've got a lot of canned goods and winter gear, and so the kids sleep really comfortably in this room together. So this next set of slides will just show you really quickly how the kids get some of their stuff organized. That far right cabinet is really awkwardly deep, and initially we were not utilizing the space very well. So these slides will quickly show you, for the first few months, you know, each of the kids had a drawer and then different baskets to keep their pajamas and socks and underwear and things organized. The older kids primarily had use of that deeper cabinet until we found this magnificent drawer system at Ikea. It really allows the kids to pull the drawers and utilize the depth of that cabinet. And so the older kids each have a set of 3 drawers, and then the little kids down below have a set of 2 drawers for their shirts and their pants and their shorts. In conclusion, I am going to just briefly talk about some of the outdoor features of our RV, and this is what's called the pass-through storage, but in our family we refer to it as our basement. And initially, for the first few months, everything that was required to be stored there was kind of thrown in there in a heap, and so if we needed to get to things, it required removing a lot to be able to access different items, and it was completely inefficient. And so we found what's typically a toy storage product at Ikea. We assembled it and laid it on its side to help subdivide everything that we've got going on there. We've got a tent screen, an awning screen, all of our folding chairs and rugs. Additionally, we have the laundry soaps and beach supplies, and then we've got like a bin that has all the kids' basketballs and volleyballs and frisbees and things like that, and so that helps us make sense of that space. And then over on the other side of the basement we have what's required basically for our utilities, so like the sewer connections and our water and our water filtering supplies, and then we have a big bin for our stabilizing jacks, and in the RV community a lot of people refer to those as happy jacks, and if you want a private explanation of what that might be referring to, please contact me. But then we've got all of our wedges and everything that's required to get our RV level. And if we were to also do this all over again, we would make sure that we found an RV with an auto leveling package. That would be really convenient, but we don't. And so we have a level, and it sometimes takes a lot of maneuvering. And then on this picture of the full length of the RV, you'll see to the left a big door, and that is our outdoor kitchen, and it lifts up. We've got a mini fridge, a couple of drawers, and then a counter space and cabinets, and we don't ever use that as its purpose. We don't ever grill or cook out there. We don't utilize the little tiny minute little sink that's out there. That area tends to be the best for us in just storage. A lot of our bulk Costco food items will go in there, and also the mini fridge, in order for it to stay cool, it's not propane and power, it runs strictly on power. And so when we're dry camping or boondocking, or it's a long travel day, we have to ensure that there's non-perishable items in the mini fridges. We know a lot of people that will just use that mini fridge for like beverages and sodas. Well, that concludes our RV home tour. If you have any questions, please contact me via email, and you can follow our journey on Instagram. Happy trails, and we hope to see you down the road.